All right, we are following the very latest on Hurricane Erin. It is now moving closer to the East Coast at this hour. It is about 300 miles off the North Carolina coast. That right there is a live look from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, with fierce rip currents, very high waves expected. Swimming is now banned at most beaches up and down the coast, including in New York. ABC's Olivia Rubin is live at one of those beaches, Rockaway Beach in New York, with the very latest. Olivia.
Yeah, the effects of this storm, this hurricane, are certainly increasing here, and this rain may be from a separate system, but the wind and the ocean, certainly the effects of Hurricane Erin creeping in here. And with every passing hour, the water, the waves just getting more furious and more intense.
Today, Hurricane Erin churning off the East Coast and gaining strength.
If you are under an evacuation order, take action now before it's too late.
Parts of North Carolina under a state of emergency with mandatory evacuations in the Outer Banks. Water already flowing onto the streets of Hatteras Island. Officials bracing for 40-mile-per-hour winds and 20-foot waves, sending out 200 members of the National Guard with boats to be in position. Swift water rescue teams assembling too, an aircraft on standby. Crews today working to shore up those dunes.
While we are ready, with 2 to 4 feet of storm surge and large breaking waves pushing water inland over the next couple of days, we may not be able to respond.
Erin isn't expected to make landfall, but officials still warning it will bring dangerous effects, mainly from the ocean. The storm is big. Tropical storm alerts stretching from Virginia and North Carolina all the way to Bermuda, about 700 miles.
No one should be in the ocean.
Double red flags flying up the East Coast. The Northeast bracing for waves up to 12 feet and strong rip currents. Beaches along the Jersey Shore and in New York City closed.
Heed the warnings and listen to the officials. They're not lying.
Most people have been heeding those warnings, except there have been some surfers taking their chances in these waters, though that is exactly what officials say you should not do. Guys.
All right, Olivia Rubin, thanks so much for that live report as all those communities continue to brace for the effects of Erin.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing that. And, you know, it's a good thing that Olivia thinks that, and as we turn to our forecast, Larry, that storm is staying off the coast, but yet still impacting up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, I want to show you the satellite radar combined. And what you're seeing here, the radars, which are at ground level, can only see so far out from the coastline. So you're getting a portion of the storm on the radar, but the whole scope of it here is on satellite. And this is a massive hurricane. It's about 700 miles from the northern outer bands to the southern outer bands here, and some of these bands are moving on shore here across parts of North Carolina, causing rain. But it's the increase in the surf there, the rise in the ocean as this storm draws closer towards the East Coast, that's causing the flooding. And then you throw on the waves, which can be 10 to 20 feet. On top of that, you really have some major issues along the East Coast, especially in North Carolina right now. It's a Category 2 hurricane. Winds are at 110 miles per hour. The highest winds are around that eye wall, which is closer to the center. So we're not going to see winds like that anywhere along the coastline, but winds will gust upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour along our coastlines here. But as we look at the track of this, it may ramp back up to a Category 3. The core of the storm stays off the land and remains out over the ocean, then travels off to the north. But the impact there will continue for the next couple of days with the high surf and the rip currents along the East Coast.